Over the last few weeks, I haven't really been doing all that well mentally. That's because I had three incidences that happened pretty much around the beginning and almost the middle of the month of September in the past. So I will start with this. I had my birthday on September 3rd and I turned 66. Now, 65 was a little more traumatic than turning 66, but still, it's something that, you reach a certain age and you're thinking, well, what's going to happen as I move forward? I mean, let's face the fact here. It's just me. I got some friends. I don't have a lot of friends who are like going out somewhere, like to the movies or to dinner or something like that. I don't have that. I think I have had 3 people who have visited me in this house over the past year. And I'm not sure that the number is higher the year before. So I just pretty much stay in the house, spend basically Saturdays and Sundays in the house almost the entire day. Mondays I leave the house, and Tuesdays is kind of a crapshoot. But that wasn't really what bothered me the most. What bothered me the most is that on my birthday, when I turned 62 in 2021, my mother passed away on the same day. She passed away at 6:30 in the evening. The strange thing is that I called it. I said before it happened that it was going to happen on that day and it was going to happen at 6:30. I did the same with my dad. When my dad passed away, it was June 16th, 2002. And it was a Sunday. It was Father's Day. And there was a family reunion that we knew we couldn't go to. And it ended at 4:45 p.m., the family reunion. And hours later, when the ambulance took my dad to the hospital and I knew he wasn't coming back home, I said it was going to happen. Dad was going to pass away at 4:45, and he did. And one of the weirdest things about that, and it seems weird enough that I predicted it, is that when I called some of my aunts and uncles to tell them what happened, actually only one aunt at the time, one of my uncles said that one of the little cousins, who I didn't know, I had never seen in person, said at 4:45, Uncle Lloyd just passed away. And that was freaky. So it was just one of those kind of things. And I will admit to having bits of trauma over all these years because of the day Mom passed and everything else that happened on that day. And I'm not going to get into that because I don't think it's going to make anyone feel any better. We'll just leave that alone. I will just say that it's one of those kinds of things that I have difficulty dealing with when the day comes up. And I'm doing this video on September 10th. Anyone knows, if you were alive then, you definitely know. Okay, if you were a certain age, you probably know. September 11th, 2001 is when the planes flew into the Twin Towers in New York City. And I'm going to link to a video that I did some years ago on one of my other channels that is going to be me kind of telling a little bit of story of the whole thing. The North Tower was hit at 8:46, and my mother called me because I didn't even have the TV on at the time. And I turned on the TV and I see the plane hitting the tower. I said, they just re-showed it. She says, no, that's a different plane hitting a different tower. And that happened at 9:03. And that was freaky because I had been to the Twin Towers multiple times. I had been at the top 3 times. And it's just weird to think that there's a place I had been where it was no longer in existence at a certain point. And it was just freaky. And every year since then, I thought about my birthday and the Twin Towers. And the thing is that over the years, there's still people who think about it. There's different commemorations and parades and all other kind of stuff. But we're still in a bad way in this country, and that's depressing. I just can't fathom why this country has gotten to a place where there's more hate than one would expect, at least me, after we all came together on September 11th, 2001. Of course, if you watch the other video, I touch upon the day after September 11th, 2001. And it's weird because I still feel this. There's obviously people in New York City who feel it. There's people in Syracuse who feel it. I don't know. So I'm just wondering, how do some of you feel about what happened on September 11th? Were you alive for it? If you were you in school? How did you react to it? How did you react to it days after? I'd like to know if you have any thoughts about it. And I'm going to leave it there. My name's Mitch Mitchell. I'm not wishing anybody a happy day tomorrow when this goes live or anything like that, because it's not going to be a happy day, at least for me. But I hope that you take a moment and think about it. If you remember it, if you were too young for it, nothing's going to happen. But that's just something that I wanted to share tonight. Anyway, my name is Mitch Mitchell. I'll talk to y'all another time.